Is your producer your husband? Wife and I are wondering. Yes. Producer is my husband. 18 years. 18 years this month. If we had a baby, we'd be kicking them out of the house now and being like, get a job. I'm not taking care of you no more. It's the American way. Get your ass out of here and find a job. I loved the Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like growing up. When I was like really, really young, of course, my parents wouldn't let me watch it. And when I would have like the babysitter over, she would watch it because, you know, the babysitter was probably like 15. You know, to me, she seemed very old. But like I remember hiding under the couch to watch it because they wouldn't let me. So I would like pretend to be asleep and I'd be like watching from the couch. Yeah, physical media for the win. Yes, I agree because it makes me feel very like panicked thinking that this stuff can just like go away. And then it's like, then you just don't have it when you want to watch it or something like that. Of course, like I think DVDs and stuff do degrade over time. Like my sister has Spirited Away and the disc just like doesn't work anymore. I tried playing it in all kinds of different things and it just doesn't work. It's just broken. I don't know what happened to it. I also had a Second Children record and it like plays all like up. Remember that? We took it over to Mike's and it was playing like it was on slow motion and we were like, what is wrong with this thing? I think it like cooked because I had it in my garage and I think it got too hot. I'm horrible. I destroy my stuff. When someone recommends me a movie, my brain becomes a brat and rejects it for years. I want to discover things for myself.
That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like this about ratings. Like, I will watch a movie. Like, if I want to see a movie and it gets a bad rating, I will still watch it. Like, or if someone tells me like it's bad, I will still watch it because I want to make my own opinion about it. I don't really like it. Like, I don't like these people who are like, oh, I heard it sucks, so I'm just not going to go watch it. It's like, I mean, wouldn't you rather come up with that conclusion on your own? I mean, there were literally people who were like, I'm not going to see Joker 2. Like, they would just straight up be like, I'm not going to see it. It's like, then how can you form an opinion if you're literally not even going to see it? What's a movie I regret watching? There is one. My older sister recommended it. She was like, oh my God, it's so good. And it was, I swear, the dumbest movie I've ever seen. And it was called The Trap.
Yeah.
And it was a trap. We got trapped into watching it. It was a trap. That one was... No. Yeah. I just like foreign movies because they are gritty, they're real, they're like not too like bombastic like
super
a lot of...
unlikely to have a happy end too.
Yeah, super unlikely they have a happy ending and they're not like all like bombastic like a lot of Hollywood movies are.
Like Trap.
Like Trap. I thought Joker, the first one, was amazing. Like I went and saw that like 5 times in the theater because it was kind of like from what I remember, it was kind of like the first introduction for me into like really amazing cinematics, like cinematography.
The framing, the imagery, the music.
Yeah, the music, it was just, I thought it was so well done.
Just the composition of the shots.
Right. Plus the message, you know, the message, which is basically like broken healthcare and like, you know, psych wards not helping people with like problems. And it was, and how he just like spiraled into psychosis. I thought it was great. Is there a movie that scared you to death? Not really. I think probably like the one that's like memorable like that is probably the Blair Witch Project because it was the first time that they really made like found footage movies. And I thought it was real because, I mean, I was pretty young at the time when that one came out and everyone was saying that it was real. And so I thought it was real. And that one freaked me out a lot because I thought it was real. And then I think I read a Rolling Stones article that was saying that it wasn't. And I was like, oh. Lord of the Rings, greatest movie series of all time. Hobbit trilogy also. I agree with you. I do. I love Lord of the Rings. What I think is crazy is you can watch Lord of the Rings now and it's still good. Like that, it does not feel like that movie's, 20 years old now? It's like, it's still so good. And it is because they went with like physical makeup and stuff like that. Yeah. Right. I mean, The Hobbit, they used CGI, but that one's also really cool. Like that one is cozy. I don't know. There's something really cute about those trilogy. Especially like, is it the second one and the last one with like Lake Town is so cute. The VHS place to like rent movies. And I rented this one called Dead Alive, which I think the American version is called Brain Dead or something like that. That was one of my favorites, and I picked it up purely because the cover was so weird looking. It was like the chick pulling her mouth open and the eye was there, which has nothing to do with the movie, which is kind of funny. But that movie was so cool. I still love that movie today. And it's a zombie movie, which I don't really usually like zombie movies, but that one is the coolest zombie movie ever made. Late Night with the Devil was an interesting movie you guys might enjoy. I've seen that one. Very cool. I love that movie. I love the 70s vibe. That one was really cool. And I don't know if you all have seen it, but I recommend it. It's called Mad God. And it was the guy that used to do the Star Wars movies, and he like was having a really hard time transitioning over to like doing the CGI stuff. And he made his own movie called Mad God, where he made it all stop motion. I think it took him like 5 years or something to make it, or like 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he made this movie. It's very cool. So like, not only is it cool because it's all stop motion, but like, it's just a cool movie because it's dark and cool.
It's about his struggles with mental illness. And
right.
I'm pretty sure he has schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That one it's a really cool movie. Oh my God. I loved The Labyrinth. Like that was the first movie I saw with David Bowie. And I didn't know who David Bowie was yet. And oh my God, me and my sister were like, he's the hottest person in the world. And my mother obviously listened to David Bowie growing up because like, I think everyone's parents like who grew up in the 70s probably listened to David Bowie. And then she went and bought me David Bowie cassettes because that's what was around then. She got me the Hunky Dory cassette, and I just loved Bowie ever since. I always wanted to ask, what was the decision like when you started your adult career? I did it because it was a way to explore my sexuality since I grew up in such a strict Christian house. I mean, my decision mostly was just like, I was like 32 when I got into it, so I was pretty old when I started doing adult content, but it was more just like, obviously it was what paid, because I got into modeling first, just like alternative modeling and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed it just for like artistic expression, but it's like almost impossible to make money just doing that, especially back in like the early 2000s when I started. There was even less, like now I probably could have made a career of just alternative modeling, but back in 2000 it was not possible. So I just naturally kind of like moved over into that. I started on a website called Zip, and yeah, and it's just kind of at your own leisure. You could do it or not. Obviously, the more you show, the more money you'd make. I mean, it's just natural. But yeah, it just kind of felt like a natural progression into it because I just don't. I don't look at sex like this dirty puritanical thing. It was like a fun thing, and I still feel like makes the content funner, hotter. Like it feels like where is it going if you don't do it? I don't know. It's just, I think plus like the alternative scene has always had elements of sexuality, fetish, all of this stuff. So it just felt like the right direction when I was 32. It was just, why not?